to respond. And we're going to hear through this series from people in our midst, from people that you see probably every Sunday and every Wednesday, but you might not know that well. And so you're going to get to know them and their story through this series. And the first person we're going to get to know tonight is Miss Jillian Sigler. Give her a hand. And let us give her our undivided attention. If there's people around you that are distracting, just bring about in them a holy hush, right? Just say holy hush. Everybody give it up for Jillian one more time.
Hi, y'all. So, like Kevin said, my name is Jillian. I'm a senior at Westbrook High School, so go Bruins. I'm just going to share my story. By no means is this my whole story. God has done amazing things in my life, and if I told you all of them, we'd be here all night. But I just wanted to focus on some things I've learned in my life, and I hope y'all can take something from them. So I was raised in a Christian home. My parents are in the back. They raised me to be a good Christian girl, they brought me to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. I could tell you all the Bible stories. I could sing you all the songs, and I knew who God was, but I wasn't well acquainted with him. When I was 8 years old, I accepted Christ in a Sunday night church service, and if I'm being honest with you, my life didn't really change much from that. I would go to church camp and get those church camp highs afterwards and do VBS and have a lot of fun, but my faith was kind of my own, and it wasn't something that I really ever shared with anyone or thought mattered a lot. When I was a 7th grader, my parents actually decided that we were going to move to South Sudan, which is way over in Africa. And this was a really big culture shock for me. I was kind of nervous going into it. I didn't really know what to expect, and God completely changed my life over there. If you ever get a chance to go, you have to. It was in those times where I was in the bush with my family that I really just saw God's love for me and just how broken our world was and how we really needed to bring a Savior to these lost people. My second year overseas, I ended up going to boarding school in Kenya, so in a different country from my family, and God blessed me with many leadership roles where I could share about Christ with others and just be a witness to people. And if I'm being honest with you, I really didn't take full advantage of those opportunities, but it was then that I began to see a love for ministering to others. In my junior year, so this past 2 years, my family decided to move back to the States. My sister was graduating high school, and we just wanted to be together as a family again, so we packed up again and moved back. And I was really concerned about starting public school in the States. I didn't really know what to expect, but thankfully God put some people in my life that really helped make that move easier for me. And I thought life was good. I thought I was putting God first in every aspect of my life, and looking back now, he was a little piece of my life, but he wasn't my life. And so the start of my senior year, some things happened that I didn't expect to happen. My life was changed and plans were kind of shattered, and when I looked to see what was left, it was my relationship with Christ. And so I thought I can either pour all I have into Christ, or I can turn and do the complete other thing. And so I just said, God, I trust you. I know you have a plan for my life. And I just poured into him, and I began having daily quiet times and just spending time with him and seeing just the people around me and how everything wasn't about me and how other people suffered too. And my lovely mother for years has encouraged me to start a Bible study in my home, and I just never really thought that was a thing that I would do. I thought someone else would do it. I am not really a public speaker. I can't just sit down and write Bible stories or things like that. And so I just kind of put it on the back burner of my life. And on a Wednesday night, I came to church and we were singing a song, and out of nowhere, I just felt this overwhelming sense of, you have to start a Bible study. And so I went home that night and posted a video of me just saying, I want to open up my home to any and all high school girls that just need a place to come and be loved and cared for. And so if you're a high school girl in this room and you'd love to attend, please contact me after this. I'd love for you to come. And it has just been a great way for me to grow in my faith and just push people around me to really desire to get to know the Lord. And my faith became something that wasn't just that I was benefiting from. I was hoping to benefit others. And so if I can just encourage you with one thing, it would be that God can use you too. I am not musically inclined. I'm not athletic. I don't really have any special talents that are worth celebrating, but God saw my obedience, and he was willing to use me. And he can use you too if you feel like, you don't really have a place at your high school or in your friend group. Just, pray to God and say, God, how can you use me, And that's what I did. And if you look at 1 Timothy 4:12, I think Isaac has it on a slide. It says, "Let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example in speech, in conduct, in faith, in love, and in purity." So if you're in this room tonight and you feel God just really putting it on your heart to reach out to the people around you or to be a light for someone, I encourage you to listen, because my life has been forever changed by just saying yes to whatever God has planned for me. So I'm going to turn it back over to Kevin. Thank y'all.